The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman women's basketball coach Mike Mincey, I'm Michael Watchering on SeeingEagles.com as Lady Eagles get set for a top 10 battle against the Lincoln Memorial Railsplitters on Wednesday. And Coach, LMU still undefeated, top 10 in the country. It's a place that you haven't won in 4 years. You're riding a four-game winning streak. A lot on the line in this game, a lot of things that us in the media will talk about. How are you handling it internally as a team?
I mean, you don't want to make it bigger than it already is. Obviously, it's pitting two good teams against each other. We've worked hard over these last 4 games to get what we wanted. We knew they were going to be potentially undefeated and number one still in our league, and we wanted to be at least tied for second, so you get a 1-2 matchup. You know, there's television, it's all that kind of stuff. But, if you make it too big, then you're going to play, stressed and put too much pressure on yourself. So you got to look at it as just another game. I'm sure they're going to do the same thing as well. But, it's a little bit more pressure on them. We've been there before, at least when I've been with this program. We were 16-0 one time, and you can feel that pressure of wanting to continue to stay undefeated, and they've done a really good job of that. They've won some really close games, some overtime games, and so I give them a lot of credit. They deserve to be undefeated right now because they've just won the games down the stretch, and we're going to have to play a really good game to try to get a W at their place. This
is the third time that you're heading to that arena this season. Does that help at all, having that familiarity with that road trip in that arena?
I mean, I would hope so. Of course, we played a pretty decent game against Aiken up there, and then we turned around the second game and played terrible. So we were 1-1 right there in terms of how we played, and of course, won and lost. But a lot of our kids have been there before, so they know the shooting environment, and obviously it's an arena. I don't know. We've shot okay there before, and then we've shot bad, and you talk about the losses. I mean, we've had opportunities to win there. Last year we had an opportunity to win, and we kind of coughed it up there at the end and didn't do a good job. Same as this year at our place. We just didn't close the deal, and that's just kind of been the story with us against LMU these last few years.
What do you take away from that first meeting, losing by 3, but having a chance to win it there down the stretch?
Well, at the time, you didn't realize that they were going to continue to win and go 17-0, and you go back and look at our game, and we've talked about it many, many times because, LMU is arguably going to be the number one team in the region if they continue to win. Obviously, you got Columbus State down there with 1 loss, but, we've got a 4-point lead with a little over 2 minutes to go, and we missed 2 free throws, and then Brooks fouls the shooter there and fouls out, and we get a couple of turnovers. Just didn't close out that game. I would like to see the outcome if we make those free throws and Brooks doesn't foul out, how we close it out. But nonetheless, the credit goes to the winner. And, we didn't make our free throws. We didn't make the plays down the stretch. They certainly did, got it to overtime, and then we didn't perform very well in overtime, even though we did have the shot at the end that was open. But it was a very good battle, in terms of two teams that have a lot of local products, a lot of East Tennessee kids playing in that game. It was probably one of the better games of the year in our conference and probably our region.
What's been the biggest reason for your success in your last 4?
Well, we've scored well. At times our defense has been okay. At times we've sped the opponent up, and at times it hasn't been all that great. But the one constant is we've been able to score the basketball. We've kept scoring it. We have a lot of people that score. It's not 1 or 2 guys. I mean, clearly Micah puts up big numbers a lot of times, but we have a lot of other people that are getting that 8, 9, 10-point range. And so I would hope that we're somewhat hard to scout, somewhat hard to guard, because if you take Micah away, we've got a lot of other people that can go for a big number if you try to take Brooks away and so forth. So, we're somewhat of a complete team. Obviously, we would like to get maybe some more production out of the bigs from a point standpoint, but the bigs are playing well too, and they get the ball to where it needs to go, and they do the job on the defensive end and rebound. So we feel good about where we're at. This is a team that I feel like we're really good, and we could be sitting with not as many losses as we are right now had we finished games down the stretch. So looking forward to battle at LMU, and we know we're getting ready to step into for sure.
Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck Wednesday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
He's Carson-Newman women's basketball coach Mike Mincey. I'm Michael Watchering on SeeingEagles.com.